Aiman, and welcome back to one of my product review videos. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review and demonstration of my new Flexispot EN1 standing desk. So I bought the standing desk off of Amazon for $110 so that I could stand while using my computer setup. And I'll show you my setup right in a bit. It's a bit messy in the rest of my room, but I'll get my setup and put it on here. Apparently it's nice ergonomically, or for your posture, to have a standing desk, so that's why I got it, because I use my computer a lot. So in this review, I'm going to be testing out a few of the features that are in the manual, like the sensitivity, the speed, the memory, and one thing I'm really interested in is it says on the Amazon page it can support 154 pounds, which you almost never should put so much weight on a desk like this, because it's supposed to go up and down, so it's not going to be as strong. But 150 is a lot, so I want to see how much I can push it. Obviously, I'm not going to push it to 150 because I don't want it to break. But I do have dumbbells here that I want to try to put on top of it to see. Anyway, first I'll just demonstrate with the desk. So I have this console down here that shows me the height of the desk on the screen, and you can raise it and lower it. Very simple. And I'm going to bring it down to its minimal height. This is supposed to depict the height in inches. Its minimal height is supposed to be 28.9, and this is going to be a bit inaccurate because of the carpet, but let me see. Yeah, it's about 29 inches tall, maybe plus like an eighth or like a tenth of an inch. So it can also go all the way up to 46.5 inches. And that's why it's a standing desk. So if you're a really tall person, this is the sort of desk that you might want to use. Obviously, I'm only like 5 feet tall, so there's almost no use I'd ever have for 46.5 inches of desk space. Actually, you know, it's kind of at my chest level. I could use it like this. So I'm about 5'3" for your reference. So if that gives you a clue of like, if you're like 6 feet tall, how tall this is going to be, and what your user experience is going to be like. That's how tall it is at its maximum height. Okay, so one of the features in this, so the other 4 buttons are for saving your height. So in this case, I can save this as my height if I hold this for 3 seconds. It says 5'1". So the screen will display S1. So if I bring it down to like 42 inches and then press it, then it's gonna go back to what I set it to. So you can also do this for other heights. There's a 3 and 4 button, which they don't have a special image because you usually only need a sitting and a standing height. But I guess they gave you a 3rd and 4th one just for the heck of it. It's really nice that they do that. I'm going to set my sitting one at 30 for later. And then there's also a accelerometer on the inside that so if you want to stop it from going to a height, I accidentally pressed the standing motion, you can press it again. Okay, that's pretty nice. I was a bit freaked out there for a second. Anyway, I'm going to set it to 30 for the sitting, and to set a stored position or to store a height, you just hold the button for 3 seconds. This one says 5'2" or S2. When the lift system encounters an obstacle, this function is triggered to protect against retraction. Okay, so what can I use to block it? So I'm going to raise it up, and then I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to push up on it and see what happens. Okay. Go down again. Okay. And they have different sensitivities for this because I guess there could be like different like more squishy things or less squishy things that push back against this that require different sensitivities. But I will say, I think that it's important to be able to adjust the sensitivity because it took me quite a lot of force to actually make this go back up. So if you have something that's really fragile under it, it could be useful to have this at a really sensitive position. So you definitely don't break whatever's under it. Whatever's under it. And there's also these other functions in it, the reset function, and code handling, which we're not going to review in this video. If they're not really useful for most people. They also have the comment issues. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to set this back to the standing position and talk about some of its features. So according to the Amazon page at least, this is less than 50 decibels volume, so it's pretty quiet. Pretty loud. This is comparatively quiet, but it's not super quiet. It's like a low hum. It's a bit louder than a fluorescent light, I'd say. So if that gives you a sense of how loud it is, or this video gives you a sense, then there are definitely quieter tables out there. I've myself seen them and used them, but this one is only $110, so you can expect them not to be, to care a ton about how quiet or loud it is. And it's not like the volume is an issue because you're only going to be changing the height of this ever so often. All right, so the table already gave me an error code, E01. If E01 appears, let the table rest for at least 18 minutes to resume normal operation. So I assume we overheated the motor. We didn't really use it that much. I mean, we only used it for 5 minutes. I guess it makes sense that, it doesn't really feel hot to the touch. It doesn't feel hot at all, actually. But if E01 appears, let it rest for like 18 minutes, okay. But in the meantime, when this finally does cool down, I want to put weights on it. I'm going to put about 100 pounds of weight on it, and then see if it can lift that up. So it says that it's able to support 150 pounds, but I'm not sure if that's in the static position or if it's as it's lifting or lowering, which I think if it's a standing desk that's adjustable, they should say the weight that it can hold while it's moving up or down, not the weight that it can hold while it's stationary. Okay, so I unplugged it for 30 seconds and plugged it back in, and it seems like it's working now. So maybe you don't have to wait all 18 minutes. It says it's supposed to have a duty cycle of 2 minutes on and 18 minutes off, which means that you're only supposed to use it for 2 minutes on with the motor running. But I think you can bypass that by just turning it off and on again, waiting 30 seconds. They have a few descriptions of if you have an issue with things, this is what the cause of it, or this is how to fix it. And in this case, this is where I found the duty cycle. You're not supposed to use the motor too often, but I think it said this is supposed to last 10,000 cycles or something. So it's supposed to be able to go up and down quite a lot. And if it's not able to go up and down a lot, then that's a poor product for an adjustable desk. But now that we have the table set pretty low, I'm going to take this Bowflex. Hello. Here we go. This is 52 pounds. Oh, actually, I'm going to put a cloth on it so I don't ruin it. So I'm going to put it in the middle because the middle is the best place to stress test. Weight. So first off, with 52 pounds, yeah, it's doing okay. So now with 100 pounds, the most important thing here is to listen to the sound of it. Also, look how its height or speed is changing. So you can tell it is struggling a bit. Like it's a whoa, 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 whoa. Whereas before it's like a more regular sound. But this is quite awesome. If it can support 100 pounds, it can support me. I'm about 100 pounds. And with a ton of weight on the top, it's pretty sturdy. And I think that's the most important part most people are asking about with this kind of desk. If it's a really tall desk, how strong is it at its tallest? And this is its tallest. You can see that it's racking a little bit. So it's actually not racking too much for 100 pounds on top of it. If you study engineering, you'll know that having a weight on the top of it makes it a giant mechanical system. And this is actually pretty sturdy for all the weight on top of it. Now my setup, and this is the fun part of the video, I have a 3-monitor setup with a desktop, and I weighed it, and it's only about 60 to 70 pounds total. You're showing my dirty room. Anyway, I'm gonna put it on top of this and just show you, and also for the thumbnail, I guess, because everyone's gonna want to see it, what that looks like. Okay. Actually, I bet I could probably sit on it. And it will go up. I just want to see, you know? Oh, so that's the anti-shaking detection. So if I stay still, then it won't detect me. But if I make a lot of like movement, or never mind, I guess not. I'm so tall now. Anyway, I'm going to get off of it and put my desktop on, and we're going to call it the review there. Okay. Okay, here's one monitor. Here's my tower. Looks like it's doing okay. And then finally, my other monitors. Which I'll adjust later. But now, when I use my computer, it has the error code again. I'm going to plug it and unplug it again. But now the idea is, before, I lived a very sedentary life. I would spend a lot of time on the computer. Maybe like 6 hours a day in front of the computer. And that's a lot of sitting. And as a lot of you know, sitting for too long in your life can lead to a lot of health problems. So that's why people encourage standing desks. In my case, all that changes. In a lot of people's cases, the only thing that changes with a standing desk is just the height that you're using it at. Really, there's not a lot of difference between using a standing desk and a sitting desk. Besides, like, maybe you have to stand more. So a lot of people are wondering, is it more uncomfortable? Is it less uncomfortable? Well, the answer is just, how comfortable are you with standing? And that's it. So you can see that it lifts my entire setup pretty easily. And I can use it. I can get my keyboard here, my mouse, and it's pretty nice. And if I need to look up at my monitor, I can just stand back. Whereas with my chair, I'd have to like crane my neck up. Okay. So cool. All right, so that's it for this review. It's not meant to be a professional review. It's just to show you the features that are most important to me, and also to show you guys. I mean, this is what I want to know. Will it be able to hold my setup, which is about 70 pounds? On Amazon, a lot of the reviews had people with only like 2 monitors. They didn't even have the computer tower on the desk, and I was really curious if it would be able to hold 3 monitors on a heavy stand and a really heavy tower, and it does. So if you have a gaming setup like that, or a computer setup like that, then this is a good table for you. A lot of the tables on Amazon are pretty similar and about similar price range. So if you're interested in buying them, check out the link in my description or comments below, and you can buy them for yourself. This was $110. This is a pretty good investment for me. $110 now will save me a few bills and hospital bills from sitting too long, you know? But anyway, that's it for now. I'm Aiman. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I've got videos on EyeOnAiman, especially the videos on product reviews. And if you're interested in how to assemble this, oh, actually, I will say the only thing that sucks about this is the assembly. There's a part of it where we had to screw in something, and it can get lost inside the beam. That kind of sucks. Go check that out if you're interested. It's an interesting watch, and I'll see you there. But for now, I'm Aiman, and signing out. Peace.